Hi everyone, Michelle here with Just for Sweets. Today I am doing a DIY that was inspired by my daughter's baby shower. She's having a little girl and her theme was elephants and it was gray and pink, so I decided to make her something for the baby's room. I started with these blocks from the Dollar Tree. They're actually the signs that you get. They were the Valentine signs and I removed the hearts and the flowers off of the signs, and then I sanded them down so that they would be nice and flat when I painted them. So I am using the Art Minds chalk paint. It is a powder pink, so I wanted to stick with the colors as best as possible. And so I'm going to paint 3 of these signs with the pink, and I'm going to paint 1 with the Waverly chalk paint in mineral. So I will start doing the 3 pink ones at first, and I ended up having to do, I believe, 3 coats of the pink paint. I don't know if I did it too thin or just I was trying to cover all these words. So I apply the first coat of paint to each of these blocks. As the first coat dries, I want to go ahead and I want to paint the sides of these. So take your foam brush. I'm using a foam brush. You can use a paintbrush, whatever your preference is. And I go ahead and I paint a coat of, can you tell it's morning, of the pink paint around the edges. I want to remove these stickers, but honestly, I removed 1, but they really become a bear for me to undo. And I guess I need to do the trick with the blow dryer, but I'm stuck in a little corner here. So I just kind of want to paint over them. You can see where I ripped that off. And so I'm going to kind of sponge paint in a sense with this little paintbrush because I want to be able to do the coverage a little bit better. So I decided to switch to this little brush, I guess. I don't know what kind of brush it's called. I believe I got it either at Micheals or the Dollar Tree. And I just use a sponge paint motion going over each one of the blocks, and this would be the second coat. You can see that the coverage is better because it's a little bit thicker. It's also going to help blend where I tore that piece off because it kind of dug into the block itself. I'm not too worried because I am going to put some letters and some design on this. So I just continue to paint that second coat, each one of the blocks this in this fashion, and till I get these all done. Here I'm showing you that I did 3 coats, and I really, really love how these turned out. Okay, so here I'm going to begin painting the last one, and this is where I'm using the Waverly Mineral Chalk Paint to paint this last block. I decided to kind of break it up, and you'll see why. Because I'm going to write the word love on these blocks, but the middle block is going to have a heart instead. So I was kind of breaking the color up a little bit. So I will continue to do the same motion I ended up finishing the other ones in to get the coverage good on this. So again, I do 3 coats of this paint, and I really, really like the coverage that this one has. Okay, so now that these are done, the sides and the tops with their 3 coats, I want to go ahead and do the inside and the edges as well, because these will be sitting up on a shelf more than likely. You also could put them on the wall. I'm not sure what my daughter's going to do with them. As you can see, I still need to do the sides with the gray chalk paint, but I just wanted to kind of show you what I was going to do. I end up painting over the tags in the back because I really got tired of fighting to get them off. So you can see where I did that. That's 1 coat. I end up doing 2 or 3 coats, I can't remember, to try to get those tags a little bit covered. And in the end, it turned out okay. They looked great. It's not a big deal. Nobody really sees the back. I wasn't selling these, so it was okay with me. These were a gift, and as I said, they were for her baby's room, but they also used them. I wasn't at the baby shower because it was out of state, but they ended up using them as decor in the baby shower itself. So I think that turned out really, really good and a dual purpose there. Also, these can be used for Valentine's Day. For you, those of you out there that are decorating for Valentine's Day, you can do your own colors, your own style, your own letters, but you can do the same concept. You can make them into Scrabble tiles or just the blocks, whatever you choose to do. Like I said, these were for a baby shower, but anybody could make these and use them for Valentine's Day as well. So now that the backs are all painted with the one coat, we're gonna let them dry, and I need to do my second coat on these. Here is the heart. It actually came from a Dollar Tree felt wreath. I found it, and I just wanted to cut one of the hearts out. And they didn't cut as well as I thought because it kind of tears some of the fabric off. So I go ahead and I take a buffalo plaid baby blanket from the Dollar Tree, the gray and white, and I cut out a heart shape. I think I lost the footage of me doing that. Yeah, I had already cut it out. So here is the heart. I cut it out of one of the fleece baby blankets, and it is the same size as the other heart. All I did was trace the heart around the baby blanket, and then I cut it out so that it would fit perfectly over this heart. And then all I do is kind of glue it on. I believe I used a hot glue gun. You can use whatever kind of glue. You can use tacky glue if you like, but you want to place that over the top of the heart. So that's what it's going to look like once you glue that on there. And I don't even care that it's rising in the middle a little bit. It's totally fine because there's a stacked heart there. It actually turns out perfect for me and what I want it for. So go ahead and attach that heart. You can kind of see what it's going to look like. And here's where I take my hot glue gun. I'm actually using a small glue gun for this because I want a thinner stream of glue. I don't want it to be super thick, and my other one tends to really pump out a thick line of glue. So I put a thin layer of glue on here, and I'm going to place that heart on there and attach it mostly on the edges, not so much in the center. An afterthought would have been cute to maybe put some pillow stuffing in it and make it a raised heart, but it was too late once I had glued it all down. And that's about how easy that is. So here it is, and what we're going to do is all glued up, and that's how it's going to sit on that gray block. And I do decide to actually give it the blocks a little dry brushing to kind of like give them that feel, I don't know, that antique-y feel kind of. And just to kind of blend the colors a little bit. These are the letters I got. I actually got these at Micheals. They were 99 cents each. It was the most economical way for me to go, but I also loved the writing. They were like a chipboard, and I really liked them a lot. These were the stickers that I found that had the elephants. Of course, they had pink and blue. I just needed the pink out of this stash, but I do have another grandbaby coming in August, and we are finding out here shortly what she is having. So you never know, I might be able to use those blue stickers. So here's where I kind of dry brush over the top of the gray to kind of just offset that heart on there and really make it stand out. So you just want to put barely any paint on your brush, and you just kind of use an up and down motion. You can see where I pulled the flower or the heart off of the block, but that is okay. I will turn the block, because it is perfectly square, the direction where the heart will cover that, so you won't see it. So continue to do this. As you can see, I ended up painting the sides of this block the pink, not gray. So just the top of the block is gray. I forgot to mention that, so just wanted to throw that in there. I also wanted to let you know that I had a wooden heart. I believe it came in the Dollar Tree stickers. and I paint, oh no, I'm sorry. This was one of my old stash hearts, but I wanted it pink and not red. So I went ahead and used that powder pink, and I kind of did a light coat of pink over it just to make it a little bit darker. You could see some of the red coming through. That is going to go in the center of this heart to create the O. So here are the blocks all finished with the powder pink, and we are going to get ready to put this all together. Here's the letters, the L, the V, and the E. So it will be easy to attach these. I believe that I attach these with wood glue and a hot glue gun just to ensure that they stick, and I want them to stay. But you can see, isn't that pretty? The white up against the pink. It really, really is a nice contrast. So this is where I begin like turning the block around to see how the letter will cover that spot on the block that has ripped up. And I find the best one out of the 3 pink ones that work with the L and cover that up. So it's kind of a little bit of a task to kind of figure it out, but honestly, in the end, it turned out to be great. Okay, so I found the block that I wanted. Now I'm going to apply some of my wood glue, and I'm doing a very, very thin layer. This is a really good wood glue, but I find that the wood glue, sometimes if you get too much, they seep out of the edges, especially like on these letters. And then the yellow doesn't really dry to a clear, so you get kind of a funky color there. So I want to do a thin layer just to ensure that that's going to stick on there. And I decided not to use the hot glue because I didn't want things to seep out. So I placed this in the center of my block, and you're going to want to let this dry for at least an hour. This glue does bond pretty quick, but I do want it to dry thoroughly before moving them around or doing anything else to them. So just press that on there, and you can put something heavy on top to ensure that they don't slide around or move. And I kind of do that. I put heavy things on top of them just to help hold them down and adhere to the block itself. So there it is. So now we're going to move on to the V. I will do the heart last. So again, I'm going to place it in the block, move it around until it's the perfect coverage. This one was pretty easy. It did it right away because of the thickness of the letter. And then we will do the glue process all over again. Okay, so the V is done. We're going to move that to the side, and now it is time to do the E. So this is the last block left, so we will make this work. And put that on there in the center, turning it around until I cover that spot. See, there's always ways around these little mistakes that we see, and then that E is perfect. Again, I just love how this looks. It's so pretty. I love the pink and the white together, and then the gray just ties it all in. So do another layer of that glue, and let's repeat the process. So here is where I am putting heavy things on top to really make these lay down. These Vans boxes are not heavy on their own, so you do have to add stuff inside of them, which I do, and then I place them on top of the blocks to let these letters really adhere. Now we are going to attach the heart to the gray block and basically do the same process. This one's bigger, so it will cover the area a lot better, but first we need to glue the pink heart onto the top of the buffalo plaid heart. So I'm just using a thin stream of glue again, and we will place that in the center. And you just go ahead and hold it down, really pushing it down so that it adheres to that fabric. And as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit, but I do get it on there. And that looks super cute. I love how this turned out. So here it is, and now we want to attach it onto the block. So I am taking a thin stream of glue again, putting it on the back of the heart, and then I will attach this to the gray block. And I did do this one with hot glue, figuring eventually if she wanted to take that heart off, she could, and then put an O there, or, you know, replace it with something else. Now I decided that I wanted to do a little dry brushing with the gray paint. And so just to make it blend with the rest and kind of accentuate the letters. So I'm going around with a dry brush and the gray paint and doing the edges, and I kind of do some on top as well. And there you go. That's what it looks like. It's very light. And then these are how they turned out, and they're on my messy, messy craft table. So please, I apologize for that. I ended up doing a little bit of stitching around the heart with my paint pen. I thought that was really cute, but these are how they turned out. And then I knew that I wanted to incorporate those elephant stickers that I bought in with these blocks. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. I end up taking one little elephant and I put it in the center of that pink heart, which I love how that turned out. And then I decide, well, do I put more elephants on it, or do I leave it as is? I did not really glue these elephants on, so she has the option of tearing these off later. So I wanted to go ahead and finish using them, so I start removing just the pink side of the elephants and placing them on the blocks, just kind of wherever I wanted them to go. So we move on, and I just continue what I already did, and just use your imagination, put these wherever you like. And like I said, this is not something you have to do. I was just tying the theme of her baby shower in with these blocks, making them a little bit less Valentine's-y and a little bit more baby. So I think she really ended up liking these a lot, and I do love how they turned out. These stickers just put like the finishing touch on them. It was just a great addition, and I just think that they just turned out adorable. Putting the last sticker on, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to add another sticker to where the heart was, or would it take away? What do you guys think? Do you think it takes away from the cute little elephant in the middle of the block by putting that there? Leave that in the comments below and let me know your thoughts on that. I was really, really torn on what to do. I believe I end up leaving it there, but do you think I should have left it as is? But here they are. They're so adorable. I love how they turned out. She loved them. They were a great addition to her baby shower. So I hope you enjoyed these. These were super, super easy, super fun, and they just make an adorable piece for any room, especially a cute little baby room. Thank you again. I hope you guys subscribe if you have not already. Hit that thumbs up button and the notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time I download a video. And I always enjoy you guys. Thank you again for watching, leaving your comments, and leaving such a positive vibe to my day. I hope everyone has a blessed day. God bless. And thanks again.